All right, so this is Ian Bell again, and when I started working with kids in 2006 up until about 2013 in after school programs, that is, it was an exceptional, amazing experience for me. And I kept working with kids after 2013 and just had a lot of stumbles, falls, bumps, bruises, and falls, and that I was very ashamed of, and for every necessary reason to be ashamed of, to be ashamed for, in my own accountability for my wrongdoings and my own issues that I take accountability for. At the same time, I acknowledge it's necessary for me to acknowledge the certain people that were around me at that time that wanted to take advantage of me. They didn't want to help me and see me grow. They knew that I was a young, a born, exquisitive young leader to uplift our people, to uplift myself, to uplift our people, to uplift our people as I uplift myself, so that I'm able to uplift my people, our people, and our kids specifically. So while I was working while I was working with kids, it showed me a lot about myself. It brought out a lot of qualities that I didn't know I had, and as well as a lot of flaws and issues that I didn't know that I had. And that's one of the amazing gifts about kids naturally, is that they are mirrors in its rawest, purest form. You know what I'm saying? And I saw and experienced the depths of how deep and far that goes when I was working with kids in the after school programs, as well as after I left the after school programs and just was mobile with working with kids. And the people that wanted to take advantage of me were people that were literally wicked, evil, just evil and wicked. They have good and bad. You know what I'm saying? They show you good and bad all at the same time. You can't tell when they coming with good just as much as you can't tell when they coming with bad. It's almost like the old saying, am I coming or going? You know what I'm saying? You may ask somebody, are you coming or are you going? You know what I'm saying? I remember when Eminem came out with, hi, my name is what? My name is who? My name is Slicker Slim Shady, which is actually one of my favorite rappers. Along with Kanye. And Wayne. And those people, they just was just evil and wicked, you know what I'm saying? Bad and good. And they wanted to take advantage of me and didn't want me to grow. You know what I'm saying? And they saw that they saw in me what was not in them, which was, I did not want to take advantage of any of our kids. I genuinely wanted to see our kids grow and excel, even if it meant that I didn't get credit for it, even if it meant that they didn't acknowledge me for helping them grow and excel. I didn't care about that. Even if it meant someone else coming in to help them excel and grow in ways that I wasn't able to help them grow and excel. I didn't care as long as they grew and excelled. So I genuinely wanted that. And the people that wanted to take advantage of me saw that in me. So they wanted to take advantage of me. So this was one of the reasons that a lot of times can cause a person to stumble and fall, along with a person's own personal issues that they have that causes them causing themselves to stumble and fall on their own. So these are just some of the lessons that I've learned that I've grown from and that I've matured from, and still growing and maturing at the same time, as I face new lessons, new challenges to grow and mature. I just want to talk a little bit about, I want to relate this to transparency. One of my gifts is being transparent, as challenging as it is for me to be transparent at times, because there's different layers of myself, different functions of myself, and there's so many different functions of myself that, going back to what I said earlier, when I was working with kids, that's what caused me to realize I had all these different functions of myself, that I'm able to wear so many different hats at one time. So ultimately, it's just all about balance. And so, one day when sometimes I have to slow down because a lot of the times people may not be able to see things that the Lord is showing me that is to come. So when I was working with kids in the programs, I foreseen an enormous culture of violence and crime that would come upon our kids, that would consume our kids, that our kids would overindulge in, which is what we're seeing right now. That's what was shown to me back in 2006. And so that was one of the reasons why I was so passionately going so hard with working with them, and genuinely did not care about, the accolades of working with kids. I just wanted to see them grow. But see, the people that were around me did not care about what was right, what was most important, which was not giving a crap about the accolades, but just sincerely wanting to see the kids grow and excel in their mentality and their values of what's right versus what's wrong. So, and develop a culture of valuing what's right for the right reasons. So this is what I was teaching them. And, now I'm able to see what the Lord was showing me back then. And it really took me a long time to forgive myself for the work that I stopped, because had I known that it was going to get this bad, because the Lord showed me, but I just became tired and exhausted from the just my own personal issues, not getting over my own personal issues, as well as the people that I was surrounded by constantly trying to suck me dry, that didn't have genuine intentions towards me to see me excel. You know what I'm saying? And as I wanted to see the kids, as I genuinely wanted to see the kids excel. So that was the reason why, I had lost the vision, or not lost the vision, but the vision was covered up, of the reality of what the Lord was showing me that was to come of an enormous culture of violence and crime that our kids were overindulging in, which is what we're seeing today. And so I always want to be transparent, so I can relay the message properly to people, where they can understand what I'm seeing, what the Lord is showing me that we need to act on right now for prevention plus, to prevent certain things to come that we don't have to experience, to prevent unfortunate circumstances and events to come that we do not have to experience. I remember when my grandfather, who's an awesome, amazing pastor, the best pastor that I know of, named Mr. Robinson. He established, he was responsible for establishing a solid foundation of this in me. And I'm forever grateful to the Lord, Yeshua, and him, Mr. Robertson. So let that marinate, and we're going to pick back up in the next video.